And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man, DL Saint. Welcome to the DL Saint. I'm sorry. Welcome to Downrange Podcast. This is Downrange. We're talking politics right now, y'all. So this isn't I really want to know. We're talking politics. I'm sorry I'm running a little bit late. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm tired. I am tired. How y'all doing out there? What am I looking for? I had a great weekend. I hope y'all had a great weekend. It's Monday. Y'all can see I'm a little bit discombobulated. I got stuff on the screen. Ain't supposed to be on the screen yet. I'm dragging a little bit. Went a little crazy. My Bengals came down to Tampa and did their business. Took care of them Buccaneers. Shout out to Tom Brady, man. That dude truly is the GOAT. He truly is, bro. It's just, Joe Burrow and boys, they coming down here. They taking care of business. So shout out to the Bengals. Shout out to the Bengals. So, and y'all know I'm doing the normal sound checks and everything. I'm a little bit, man, I'm just groggy, man. I don't know. I don't know, some sort of energy drink or something like that. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? Hope y'all weekend went well. You know what I mean? This is for my daughter. This is her last week of school before the holiday break. So, she goes to school until Friday, and then she's off for a little bit. She's all excited about that. Man, shout out to brother Jason and brother Mike in the house. What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling? Man, what's up? I appreciate the support. I'm glad y'all here, man. So we're going to see here, man. Let's get to it, bro. Let's get right to it. We're going to talk about TikTok, man, the modern day Trojan horse. And for those of y'all that don't know that story about the Trojan horse, look it up. There's a movie about it called Troy starring Brad Pitt. They talk about the Trojan horse in that movie. So actually, not a bad movie, but it is what it is. Orlando Bloom's in that one. It was a star-studded film. It was okay. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was okay. But Americans are so engrossed in social media. They're so engrossed in themselves these days. Instant gratification and all that the Chinese Communist Party is taking full advantage of that. And TikTok, I mean, they control it. It is what it is. TikTok is a problem. Almost every American that I encounter has TikTok, and probably 70% of the time they're on TikTok. If they're not on TikTok, they're on Instagram. If they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. Generally speaking, they're on all platforms. Snapchat and all the rest. I do YouTube, of course. I have an Instagram. That's pretty much it, man. I have a Facebook. I hardly ever use it. I won't even download TikTok. I mean, there are videos that get sent to me that I'll comment on, when it comes to TikTok and all that. But every bit of information that can be gleaned on Americans through that device, the Chinese are taking that information and they're analyzing it, man. The Chinese Communist Party. They know what they're doing. They believe in total war. They're generational. They don't care how long it takes. They're gunning for America. They will defeat us if we're not careful. TikTok is one of those ways in which they can get us. People, y'all need to start thinking about stuff, y'all.
Think tank, Arch. Nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
Y'all need to start thinking about it, y'all. There are tons and tons of articles out there, but you got to go find them. That's not going to be mainstream media, right? NPR has an article out there. They're talking about it right now. NPR, right? This was November 17th of this year. The FBI alleges TikTok poses national security concerns. Concerns, I say threats. Threats. You know what I mean? We're not going to go through the whole article, but the FBI is worried about what's going on with TikTok. Right? It's right here. The FBI has a number of concerns. Director Christopher Wray told a House Homeland Security Committee hearing about worldwide threats on Tuesday, just days after Republican lawmakers introduced a bill that would ban the app nationwide. So, and this is one of the things that, I'm with the Republicans on this one. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are like, well, it's censorship and blah, 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 blah. Nah, man, this is a weapon. TikTok is a weapon used by the communists, the Chinese Communist Party to weaken and eventually defeat America. You got to look at it for what it is, people. this is a weapon. Point blank, period. Right? So they want to ban the app. This is the Republicans. You know what I mean? Democrats need to get on board with this. And I'm pretty sure there are some Democrats out there who are on board with this. But the article continues. They include the possibility that the Chinese government could use it to control data collection of millions of users or control recommendation algorithm, which could be used for influence operations if they so choose, or to control software of millions of devices, which gives it an opportunity to potentially technically compromise personal devices. And that's all that's what they're talking about right here, right? So, you know, TikTok hit 1 billion monthly active users, and that was in September of 2021. Wow, 1 billion a year ago. And is owned by a Chinese company, ByteDance. Chinese national security law can compel foreign and domestic firms operating within this country to share their data with the government upon request, and they are concerned about Chinese ruling Communist Party using broad authority to gather sensitive intellectual property, proprietary commercial secrets, and personal data. So that proprietary information, commercial secrets, and all that, China ain't playing. China's not playing. This is what they're doing. Right? They're not playing around. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're going after it. So the FBI is already looking into it. They're concerned about it. You know, the CIA has been talking about this for a minute. You know what I mean? This is the best way to gather information on Americans. The absolute best way. So it's just one of those kind of things. You know what I mean? Like Brother Mike, yeah, red flag. You know what I mean? Definitely red alert on this kind of stuff. Wonderful 34s in the house. Was good, fam. Good to see you. Thank you so much for all the support, bro. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in this chair. This chair I'm sitting in, man, I got because of you and all the other supporters out there, man. Like those cash apps, man, they really help. And that information, that money goes right back into the platform. Like I said, I'm eyeing some cameras right now. We're gonna upgrade the cameras, putting together a portable kit. So when I travel, I'll be able to continue to do this on the road and stuff like that. So thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. What's up to you? You know what I mean? But this is, you know, when we talk about this, mostly military folks talk about this sort of thing. Like you see someone like me is like, man, why you just, TikTok is just TikTok, man. Take it for what it is. Hey, bro, man, I understand what's going on in this world, man. America has nothing but enemies. It's so many people out there that want to see us gone, bro. You know what I mean? They want to see us gone, and they know they can't stand toe to toe with us. We got way too many weapons, way too many weapon systems. You know what I mean? Even though we're, you know, the people in America, you know, can't enlist for various reasons. Maybe they're too fat. You know what I mean? Maybe they're not smart enough. Whatever those reasons may be, the people who can enlist and the people who are out there towing the line can certainly take care of any issues that come our way. So they're not going to be able to just, you know, stand up against, you know, military for military, toe to toe. So they got to find other ways to do it. And that's what China is doing. That's what China has done. You know what I mean? So that's just one of those things. Sister Candace is in the house. What's good, love? Thanks for coming through. Always good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. You know what I mean? And Queen Candace is always here. That's what's up. Brother Doug, YouTube is crazy. I received a notification 5 minutes after the stream has started, shaking my head. Hey, at least you're getting them. Because before you wasn't even getting them, bro. There's a lot of people not even getting the notifications. People are hitting me up. I think it's because of the content. I think they're looking at me and they realize I'm not the quote unquote bad content that they're trying to stifle. I'm not. So I think they're slowly letting people find me. slowly. So salute to you, Brother Doug. You know what I mean? Thanks for coming through. Really appreciate it. So CNN also has an article. Let me pull this up for you guys real quick. What did I do wrong? Let me pull this up. There we go. CNN also has an article. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm kind of out of it. I did have a great weekend though. I'll talk about my weekend on the next episode of I Really Want to Know, because we're gonna be talking some red pill stuff. You know what I mean? I'll definitely do that. I'm looking at my phone. This is this young woman I met in LA about 4 or 5 years ago. About every 6 months or so, she accidentally calls me. She's calling me right now. I should answer the phone right now. she accidentally calls me. This is she's actually my age. She might be a little bit older than me, but she managed, has an amazing body and all that. Again, I'll talk about that next time we get together on I Really Want to Know. It's just funny. I just looked over and like, she always calls me every 6 months ago. Oh, I didn't mean to call you. Really? Why is my number still in your phone? If you didn't mean to call me. Yeah, we'll talk about that later on this week. Brother Doug, it happens to all channels, even the bigger channels. You're right, LOL. I'm glad I even received the notification. Yep, it is what it is. I'm happy to even be around, bro. They can squash me like a little bug if they wanted to, man. I'm just a little video ant, little baby ant in this YouTube world. You know what I mean? So, there's an article out here, and let's do this one. Yeah, let's do this one. There's an article out here. This is CNN Business. TikTok might be too big to ban no matter what lawmakers say. I haven't read this article. This is December 16th of 2022. We might want to go through this. CNN in July 2020, the same month former President Donald Trump said he would ban TikTok in the United States. Callie Goodwin of Columbia, South Carolina, posted her first video to the app to promote a small business she had started out of the garage during the pandemic. Inspired by a neighbor dropping off some brownies and a handwritten note for her while she was in quarantine, Goodwin decided to launch a pre-stamped greeting card company called Sparks of Joy Co. A few months later, a TikTok influencer with some 2 million followers shared one of Goodwin's cards on her account, and Goodwin saw her business take off. So this is like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, people are using it to network, to promote. Okay, that's cool. Goodwin, now 28, told CNN that more than 90% of her orders currently come from people who discovered her business through TikTok. If it were to get banned, I would see business plummeting. Goodwin told CNN, I would lose most of my sales. I mean, at some point you would definitely want to use other platforms, right? You would think you want to grow that business so it's not solely reliant on one platform, and this platform being TikTok. But hey, it is what it is. For much of the past 2 years, talk of outright TikTok ban seems to recede. TikTok outlasted Trump administration and only saw its popularity continue to grow. It was the top downloaded app in the United States last year and remains top downloaded app year to date in 2022, according to data from analysis firm Senior Tower. In the process, TikTok said it had 100 million U.S. users as of 2020. Became even more central to American culture and to livelihood of influencers and business owners like Goodwin, right? So basically, TikTok has entrenched itself, it looks like, in American culture. This is a bad thing, y'all. But suddenly, the future of TikTok in the United States appears more uncertain than at any point since July 2020. A growing number of Republican governors have recently announced that bans on TikTok for state employees on government devices, including from multiple states. On Thursday alone, state attorneys generals and Republican commissioner at the Federal Communications Commission have each pressured Apple and Google to take tougher measures on with the app. And a trio of U.S. lawmakers led by Senator Marco Rubio, the top Republican on the Senate Intelligence Committee, introduced a bill earlier this week that would once again seek to block TikTok in the U.S. due to the parent companies based in China. So this makes a lot of sense to me. You know, Rubio's on the Senate Intelligence Committee. So he's read in on a whole lot of stuff that's going on in the world. He understands what it means. You know what I mean? He understands all this information that's being gathered by the Chinese and what's going on with that. He gets it. So, you know, you got someone like, you know, Rubio, like a senior. Oops, I'm sitting here trying to move stuff around. You know, you got a senior politician, right, who knows this information, and they're like, yo, we got to get rid of this. We got to get rid of this. At least on a state and federal level. Like, you should not be allowed to have that app on a device that's connected to state or federal databases. You just should not. You know what I mean? You should not. And, you know, the information, like, you know, people get lax with their security measures, and they'll be reading work emails. They'll be reading stuff, financials or legal stuff or whatever. All that information could find its way into the hands of the Chinese. So this is what they're talking about, y'all. I mean, and I'm not going to lie, TikTok should go away. It should go away. You do not want the Chinese Communist Party having this type of access to American intel. And that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to, right? So, and like this article continues, the renewed political scrutiny comes amid a broader ongoing reckoning over the impact that TikTok and other social media platforms have had on their youngest users. There have been recent debates over whether TikTok's content is age appropriate for teens, as well as fears that the algorithm may lead users to potentially harmful subject matter, including posts related to self-deletion and eating disorders. At the same time, TikTok has come under fire in Washington for its ties to China through its parent company. The criticism ramped up earlier this year after BuzzFeed News report said the U.S. user data has been repeatedly accessed from China, and cited one employee who allegedly said everything is seen in China. TikTok, for its part, has confirmed U.S. user data can be accessed by some employees in China. It can be accessed by the entire Chinese Communist Party, y'all. It's just keeping it 100. The entire Communist Party can access this stuff. So, and let's see, TikTok has been negotiating for years with the U.S. government and the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States on a potential deal that addresses the lingering national security concerns and allows the app to continue operating in the United States. Recently, there have been reports of delays in those negotiations. You know what I mean? So as far as the CCP is concerned, they want to draw out those negotiations as long as they can. You know what I mean? Because they're every minute they're getting all this information from its users. The tremendous reach of TikTok may only make it harder to ban the service outright, some national security experts say. Even some TikTok critics have hedged on whether a ban is the right approach. Senator Josh Hawley, who authorized a bill to ban TikTok from U.S. government devices, said this week he would be fine if the U.S. government and TikTok reached a deal to safeguard U.S. users' data, right? But if they don't do that, Hawley said, then I think we're going to have to look at more stringent measures. And this is like, I'm not a fan of Josh Hawley. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm okay with, like, let's get rid of TikTok. Let's ban it outright. But it seems to me that some outside money got to Hawley and maybe some other elected officials was like, well, we don't have to ban the whole thing if we can get some guarantees, right? If we can just get some guarantees, if we get a promise with China that they're not going to steal our data. Come on now. There's no such animal. There is no such promise with anybody. There are enemies. No, there's going to be all kind of back doors and this, that, and the third. It can't be done. So if you know it's a bad thing, we just got to ban it. You're going to sit there, well, maybe we don't have to ban it. I think that's the money that's coming to talk. Point blank, period. And if anybody who doesn't know anything about Josh Hawley, he can be bought. This guy doesn't care. You know what I mean? He's 100%. This is just my opinion. He's 100% about the money. But like you said, like all politicians, we're going to have to think of more stringent measures if we can't come to some sort of deal. All right. As lawmakers have renewed calls for tougher action to be taken with the app, some of its users who have built their livelihoods and found a sense of community on the app say they can't imagine an America without it. What you mean you can't imagine an America without TikTok? Build an American version. That's what the Chinese do. You know what I mean? There's Google. Chinese has their own version of Google. You know what I mean? The Chinese, man, look, that's the kind of stuff I don't understand. Build an American version. That's what I would do. TikTok now drives culinary habits, including a 200% jump in feta sales at one grocery store after a baked pasta dish went viral. Right? And there's like countless fashion and beauty crazes, from skin cycling to glazed donut nails. What the hell is? See, I don't watch TikTok, so I don't know what any of this shit is. And propellants, new and old music, including 1980 songs, break my stride with the top went to the top of the streaming charts. A significant percentage of U.S. politicians campaigned on the app ahead of the midterm elections. And legacy news organizations like the 176-year-old Associated Press have recently joined TikTok to reach new audiences. I bet you the Associated Press has protocols involved to separate their tie to TikTok. I guarantee it. I'll be surprised. I'll be shocked if they don't. But let's say for a moment that they don't. That they're doing it like everyone else, and the Chinese Communist Party can see what these writers, these American writers, and these people are doing. Just think of all the information they could glean. I mean, what if they can find out where sources are, and they can use that information to trick people, or to coerce people into spying for them? I mean, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm a paranoid or whatever. I don't know, bro. But it's bad. It's bad. That's all I got to say about that, man. It is bad. You know what I mean? We try to catch up with the tracks a little bit. Brother Doug, it happens to all channels, even bigger channels, but you're right. Oh, glad I got a message. All right, read that already. Let's see. TikTok algorithm is supposedly causing shorter attention span in youth, lowering intelligence, and creating more sociopaths, according to some research. And that's from Brother Doug. Yeah, I believe that, man. Sister DeSosa, what's good, love? Welcome. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it. We're over here talking about TikTok being a Trojan horse and how the Chinese are trying to destroy us. Brother Hayoka's in the house as well. What's good, fam? That was for you as well. Lady Navoa, hey, what's good, love? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, the deacon is here. Hope y'all all had a good weekend. I really do. Yeah, this TikTok thing, man. Man, I'm telling you, man, this is something definitely needs to be done. Lady Navoa, think they want to send you something still? Yeah, they want to send you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate the support. It's saying, it's a, you need an IG, brother. You do networking. I do. And I do have an Instagram. It's scrolling along. I do need that. I do need an IG. I will use that. That's my primary means of networking these days. I have this YouTube, and that's it. TikTok, I will never mess with TikTok, y'all. I won't. Facebook, people want me to jump on Facebook. Maybe I'll look at that. Maybe Q3, Q4 of 2023. I don't know. But right now, I'll do Instagram. I'll definitely next year. I'm thinking Q2, Q3 next year. I'll start doing lives on Instagram as well. But yeah, TikTok, you'll never see me over there. You'll never, ever, 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 ever see me over there. I just didn't like it. The fact that it's so quick and it Brother Doug was right, man. It's just it messes up your attention span. It messes up your ability to think. Y'all know I'm all about that think tank. This is just my opinions, though. It is what it is. Or give me your number. Probably want to send you a shirt. LOL. Contact them. You know what I mean? So, I'm out here trying to make it happen, having fun doing it. But yo, TikTok really is a problem. It really is a problem. It's Globe Girls in the house. My favorite Shelly. What's good, love? Perhaps counter surveillance is a better approach. I'm watching you, watching me concept. Wouldn't put that past the U.S. Yeah, but I think they're already doing that. They just can't reveal the sources. You know what I mean? But I think they're already doing that. That's why it's such a big push to go ahead and ban it out, right? But that's an excellent point. You know what I mean? The Navy's always up on that kind of stuff, man. That's the thinking force, boy. The Army and the Marine Corps, we're just hammers looking for nails, right? The Navy tells us where the nails are, and the Air Force verifies the nails are there, and we go and we just hammer them in. So that's what's up. Brother Doug, some TikTok content creators have become millionaires, and I'm sure they don't want the app to go away. You're right. They don't. They do not. Brother Helka, one of the problems with all platforms, all of them, is the use of the information to train AI, allowing them to try to predict your next thought. That's a good point. But AI, is taking over everything, every part of our lives as humans, not just here in America, but all over the world. AI, there's nothing we can really do about that. And Lane Novo, sorry, chatting in the chat, bro. You doing great thing. Hey, thank you, love. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to, trying to read what I can. We're going to jump back over to this article here in a second. Brother Jason's in the house. I can literally feel my intelligence melting away as I watch each short Reed Medical clip. Just told my son to delete it from his phone. Pure trash. Hey, man. And they're going to get somebody else, watch it on somebody else's phone. So, but I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that, bro. Like, it's whatever. Brother Doug, the CCP is enough for me to be deterred. Absolutely. China's not our friend. They never have been, never will be. It is what it is, man. We got to accept that and understand that. You know what I mean? Like, we got to work with them on certain things. Yeah, we're going to work with them, but be careful. You know what I mean? We got Brother Jason up in the joint. You know what I mean? Brother Jason, ladies in the chat.
Holla, 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 holla.
That's from Brother Jason, ladies in the chat. Look out. Look out. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to do an episode on I Really Want to Know. We're going to be talking about some dating stuff. I as an old man, I do not understand why these young guys are having so much trouble, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow, y'all, for sure. I definitely want to talk about that, but not here. This is about politics right now. So we're going to stick to politics. Mr. Luna was good. Freshman Fred brought me here, and I subscribed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. And applause for you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I do appreciate that, Mr. Luna. You know what I mean? And keep me on point. You know what I'm saying? This is the Downrange Podcast. So we're gonna talk nothing but politics. When you see this logo here in the top right-hand portion of your screen, if it says Downrange, it's going to be, politics only. If you don't see that, then it's going to be I Really Want to Know, and that's when we talk about everything. That's where you're going to find your red pill content. That's where you're going to find your womanizing content, your dating world content. You're going to find the AI content, all that kind of stuff over there. Science, technology, social stuff. I'm working on a show right now, man, about sperm whales. I've been learning a little bit about sperm whales. It's kind of crazy what they can do. So that's where you'll find all that, man. So thank you so much for coming over. I appreciate it. You are certainly welcome here. Brother Primal Studies in the house. What's good, fam? And Brother Dino Dinosaurs in the house as well. What's good? Salute to y'all, man. What's good? Brother Dino, Brother DL, be wary of all Chinese tech. Yep. In 2016, China was discovered to have pre-installed backdoors and 700 million Android phones. And that's what I got right here, man. They got us, bro. I'm going to have to switch over to, should I switch over to iPhone? Brother Dino, let me know, bro. Because I got one. I haven't turned it on yet. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch over to iPhone. But yeah, man, we got to be thinking. I mean, China is all about us. It's such a Candace L phone. They make you, in this content creator world, they all use iPhone. They get mad when they can't airdrop and do all that other kind of stuff. I've never had an iPhone, but I got one now. I just haven't turned it on. I've had it for months, just haven't turned it on yet. You know what I mean? Sister Candace, I still have a BlackBerry. You holding out, girl. Might as well get you get you one of those bag phones, girl. You still got the bag phone? Oh man. So yeah, back to this thing. Associated Press is on TikTok. That's scary. So it continues. So many people, myself included, are always on TikTok. And that's Khalid Green, 22, of New Haven, Connecticut, told CNN. That's where we get our entertainment from, our news from, our musical taste from, our social inside jokes we make with our friends come from memes that started on TikTok. It sounds like it's the perfect end to American culture. Dang, it's where people get their dues and everything from. What's wrong with like going to the Wall Street Journal or New York Times or Associated Press or BBC or Al Jazeera? All that stuff's online. Why you got to go to TikTok to get that information? Green, who is known as the Gen Z historian across social media, has amassed more than 580,000 followers on TikTok by documenting social and cultural issues. Green's following on TikTok even garnered the attention of the Biden administration. Green was among a handful of TikTokers who were recently invited to the White House press briefing on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. That's dangerous right there. Journalists should be in those meetings. Journalists, not TikTokers. Journalists should be in there, not TikTokers. Man, I can't believe that. A handful of TikTokers were recently invited to a White House press briefing on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. If you are getting your news from TikTok and Instagram, you need to rethink your life, people. What have we done? Let's talk to these young folks, man. Let's talk to these young folks. I can't believe that. So much of our culture and lives are driven by TikTok now. It's just something you can't rip easily. He said you just can't rip it away easily, I guess is what he means. I was at the doctor's office. This was, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago. And I was talking to one of the nurses, and the nurse was talking to one of the women who were waiting in front of me or whatever. We're all at the window. And they were talking about TikTok or whatever. And then the conversation shifted to me. They both looked at me and like, have you seen this on TikTok? I'm like, I don't mess with TikTok. And then the woman, she felt kind of like ashamed a little bit because I appeared to be the only grown up in the room. Right? I'm like, nah, I don't mess with that. And she was like, it's just so funny. I just like it be for the funny things, the quick little things. I'm like, yeah, nah. I don't have the app. I'll never have the app. I'm not going to deal with it. But, that's cool. She's like, yeah, I guess I shouldn't, but it's a guilty pleasure. She's probably on there constantly. So this article continues. Too big to fail. TikTok has simultaneously tried to erase concerns about its impact on Americans and their data while also working to expand its footprint in the country, right? So the Chinese know what they're doing. The company, which is owned by Beijing-based ByteDance, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, has committed to moving its U.S. user data to Oracle's cloud platform and to taking other steps to isolate U.S. user data from other parts of its businesses. TikTok said last week that it would restructure its U.S.-focused content moderation policy in legal terms under a special group within the company led by U.S.-based officials and walled off organizationally from other teams focused on the rest of the world. I think that's all bullshit. It'll be nothing but backdoors and all that, bro. There's no way that China is going to walk away from this treasure trove of information. There's no way that China is going to walk away from that. No, there will be all kind of backdoors in that. No, the only way you can deal with this is to stop using TikTok and have America start up its own version of it. It could be backed by the CIA or backed by, big money Republicans. This is something Republicans and Democrats can get on board with. Right? This is it. This is it right here. All these billions of dollars floating around out here. You know what I mean? How the big 1%ers on the Republican side and the big 1%ers on the Democratic side come together, put together a budget, and create their own thing, their own version of TikTok and take over. That's the only way you're going to be able to secure America's data. It's the only way it's going to happen, y'all. There's no way they're going to. No, I wouldn't. Why? Why would I do that? In response to a bill calling for a ban, a TikTok spokesperson said, it's troubling that rather than encouraging an administration to conclude its national security review of TikTok, some members of Congress have decided to push for a politically motivated ban that will do nothing but advance the national security of the United States, right? So I don't care, TikTok. That's what we're going to do. We're going to protect ourselves, man. Go kick rocks. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly what we're going to do. You're going to make this political? Yes, we're going to make this political. This is a matter of national security. Absolutely. This is going to be political. People, can y'all even, you know what I mean? Can y'all dig it? These people are crazy. You know what I mean? These people are crazy. Meanwhile, you got all of the Americans who are hooked on it. It's like a drug. Man, don't take away my TikTok. iPhone made in China. That's what Dino did. Hey, brother Dino, man, I think everything is made in China these days. That's another thing. We need to bring back some manufacturing to this country. Brother Michael, I got 2 iPhones. Brother Doug and Sister Candace, how long have you owned that phone? She probably had that for a minute. That's freaking insane, brother. Hey, okay. It's not just Android. It's also iPhone. I think the software on Android or iPhone can't be hacked. It's crazy. Zero day exploit anyone. You know what I mean? Brother Dino, China makes 90% of Apple products and 98% of iPhones. Wow. I didn't know. Well, I mean, it's cheaper to manufacture everything in China. We know that. That's all part of their plan, honestly. Just keep it 100. And Sister Candace back at Brother Doug, a couple of years. I've been using BlackBerry since I went to college many moons ago. You know what I mean? Killing me. You and Obama with them BlackBerries. You know what I mean? So we got brother Marcus in the house, man. My favorite Marine. What's good, Devil Dog? What's good, man? This stuff keeps just CCP keep messing with us, bro. They might have to bring us both out of retirement, man. Go over and deal with them boys and girls over there in China. Actually, most people, most of the citizens of China are not happy with the Communist Party there. So who knows what may happen over there? There's a lot going on in the world right now. China and India, China with its own people, China trying to help Russia. There's a lot going on right now, y'all, and everybody's looking at their phones and looking at TikTok, just basically putting their heads in the sand. There's a lot going on we need to be up to speed on. Candace said, Brother Doug, there was a recent push to bring the BlackBerry back. However, the deal fell through. I will be forced into purchasing an Android phone once this one dies. I will not ever purchase iPhones. All right, I ain't mad at you. I'm gonna have both because of work. It is what it is. Brother Helga, there are no black boxes in computers. Hey, just back doors, bro. Just back doors. You know what I mean? So I'm so glad you're here, Brother Marcus, man, for real. This is crazy. So the article continues. It says, we will continue to brief members of Congress on the plans that have been developed under the oversight of our country's top national security agencies, plans that we are well underway into implementing to further secure our platform in the United States. That statement added. And this is again coming from the TikTok spokespeople, right? So they're saying that they're telling our Congress that they have plans underway and that they have oversight of our country's top national security agencies. I mean, I don't buy that, man. I know they're hiding stuff from NSA. I know they're hiding stuff from the CIA. Of course they're going to hide all that stuff. They're going to sit here and be like, oh, here's the code for all the backdoor access we plan to have in this program that we developed for you Americans. Come on now. The company is also stressing that their broad popularity. TikTok is loved by millions of Americans who use the platform to learn, grow their businesses, and connect with creative content that brings them joy, the spokesperson said. Here's the thing. TikTok can push what it wants to push. It could push whatever business it wants to see grow. It could suppress any business that it wants to see die. You know what I mean? So now, why are you going to give that to the Communist Party? If someone develops something that China doesn't like, they will kill it on TikTok. So if something is bad for China, they'll kill it on TikTok. If something is good for China and bad for America, they'll push it on TikTok. Making people money, getting people views. And we got a video out. There's a video out there that shows what I'm talking about. So it's not that Uncle Saint is out here going crazy. You know what I mean? Like this is what the Chinese Communist Party is doing. This is what they're doing. You know what I mean? Mr. Luna, TikTok is a dopamine release addictive app. China has a different type of app for TikTok than the USA. I believe you, bro. I believe you. I mean, think about it. Like the USA is cool with things that hurt Americans, right? You can't, if you go outside of America, you can't even get American products, like food products. You can't get American ketchup somewhere like in France or Germany or the UK because it's like this stuff is bad for you. It's too much sugar, too much salt. You know what I mean? Like you can't get American food outside of America because it'll kill you. But it's okay here in America. So, yeah, I believe that. China's going to have a different version. Man, I just hope please be talking to your friends and family about this. This is a serious matter. The article continues. Now, the company is taking steps to keep growing its reach at a time when major tech giants include Meta and Twitter are slashing staff. TikTok is still hiring American engineers. Wow. TikTok also appears to be taking aim at a chunk of Amazon e-commerce empire by seeking to build its own warehousing network in the United States. A flurry of recent job postings indicate. So, man, they're growing big. They're hiring Americans at a record rate. I'm telling you, man, China know what they're doing. The challenge for the federal government is it's almost like TikTok is too big to fail, right? It's almost like it's too big to fail. And this is Rick Sofeld, a partner at Vision and Elks LLP, who focus on national security reviews, export controls, and economic sanctions. I think their minds are made up that ByteDance owning TikTok is a national security concern. The reason that we've been hung up is that it's too big to fail, and they're trying to figure out a soft landing. Forget a soft landing, man. We just got to have to crash hard. It is what it is, man. Sometimes you gotta rip the Band-Aid off. It's gonna hurt. All right, it's gonna hurt. Bite on something. There's a whole lot of things I think that would have to happen first before there's a ban. He added. You know what I mean? So, and then it goes in and talks about how TikTok is changing the lives of some Americans. You know what I mean? People are making money. The Gen Zers. You know what I mean? The Gen Yers are all these young people who are doing it. And this is all by design. They want to get people hooked on this, just like Mr. Luna was saying. Brother Luna said they want to get Americans hooked on it, bro. They got to have it. It's their medicine. It's hard to take it away once people are hooked on it. But you know what? We're going to have to take this away. We're going to have to take this away. And they're programming people to believe that they got to have it. That's what it boils down to. They're programming people to believe that they got to have it. You know what I mean? So, all right, man. It just kills me that we can see this in like real time. This is like a real time threat. And people are like, no, give it to me. I understand when you get hooked on something like dope fiends and stuff like that, people with problems like alcoholism and stuff like that. I see it in the streets when they know it's killing them, but they want it anyway because they become, they're hooked on it. They're addicted to it. This is starting to look like that. It's starting to look like that. You know, and man, it's bad. It's bad. There's a video I want to show. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Patrick Bet-David. He brought this up, and I want to show this video. I'm gonna show as much of it as I can. It's like a 15-minute video. There's some parts in there that I definitely want you guys to see. Please, 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 please go over and subscribe to Patrick Bet-David. Valuetainment. Watch all this stuff. They have Video Shine over there taking care of the comedy side of that. You got Sauce Kaz over there. Adam Sosnick is doing good things over there on his show. You got Jebediah over there doing good things on her show. And of course, Patrick Bet-David, PBD. Go over there and please like and subscribe and check out and support them. They're doing really, really good work over there. I want to show this video. And this is, this sums it up really good. And Pat actually shows, because he's a major figure in real life. He's a major figure in the insurance business, very successful businessman. He's also very successful in social media on YouTube. He's using all the platforms. He's definitely not a friend to China. He understands what's going on. Y'all check this out. Check this out. Shout out to PBD.
Who love TikTok and solely rely on TikTok for your content to go viral, you may want to listen to this video. You may not like it. Matter of fact, you may not want to listen to this video because it's going to hurt a little bit. But let me get into it. So I was very hesitant of getting on TikTok. I was convinced TikTok was part of China ByteDance, and they had certain things that were doing behind closed doors. I read all the articles. I read the disclaimer. I read what they stood for. Finally, I said, you know what? I don't care if I get kicked off of TikTok. I really want to find out if there's any credibility behind all the criticism that TikTok gets.
So it's one of the things I'll say about Patrick Bet-David. He is a fair guy. He's going to go out there and do his best. Like, hey, man, let's look into this. You know what I mean? I've heard all this stuff. You know what I mean? He's an American warrior. Patrick Bet-David was in the 101st Airborne. You know what I mean? He served America. So he got the same training I got. He was in around about the same time I was in. We trained to fight the Chinese. We trained to fight the Russians, right? We trained to fight, Warsaw Pact nations. So we understood and we understand how things sort of move. But even with all that, he's like, you know what? Let me get on here and let me see what happens. Let me go on this joint and let me see if any of this stuff is true. So let's continue.
Those of you who love TikTok and use it regularly and you love the app, there's one organization you cannot criticize. God forbid you do. On TikTok, you'll see what happens to your numbers. By the way, it's very important for you to watch this video. It's tough for some of you to watch it, but it's important for you to watch this video because remember what happened to Vine? There were all these Vine celebrities. Oh my God, 5 million views, 10 million views. Boom, the app shut down. 80% of the celebrities, nobody knew about afterwards. 6 months, 12 months later. Took a lot for some people to make the adjustments. You may want to know what's.
And when people were talking about, Brother Doug was talking about people are making money on TikTok and all that, what he says is 100% true. TikTok should go away, and when it goes away, it's just like it made people a bunch of money. Those people are gonna fall off, and no one's gonna know who they are. Because here's the thing: as famous as you may believe you are on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, you're not a real celebrity. You're just not. You're not even on that totem pole. You know what I mean? From A-listers, you know what I mean, to like rappers and DJs, to, you know, you got your models in there towards the top, rappers and DJs and all that towards the bottom. You got your rock and rollers in there and all that kind of stuff. You got your athletes in there, right? You got your race car drivers in there, like the F1 guys and all that. Those are celebrities. And then you got TikTokers. You know what I mean? You know, I got love. I got nothing but love for Myron and Fresh. I've been sitting here watching them grow, and it's great. But they have nowhere near the reach as Brad Pitt has. Nowhere near it. It's just not big enough over here. At least not yet. It's not big enough over here. Mr. Beast, as big as Mr. Beast is, he can walk through Tampa and probably no one will recognize. He could come and rock with me in my circles, and when no one know who he is, they're like, who's the geeky white boy? Oh, that's Mr. Beast. Who? So as big as we get over here in these YouTube bubbles, right, as big as you think you are, you're nothing when it comes to like the real Hollywood stuff. And if you really want proof on how it works, if you're a big YouTuber, go to Hollywood, go to New York and try to get in somewhere elite. Go ahead, give it a shot. Go to London, try to get in somewhere elite. You come in there talking about I'm a TikToker, I'm a YouTuber, man. They like, get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. It's just as big as it may seem to us, it's really small on a big scale.
What's happening with TikTok, because they're one president away from being banned in no time. So having said that, I'm going to share with you a social experiment I did with my own account on TikTok to see if this was true or not. And I have proof for you with pure data. And you'll be able to make a decision for yourself. So let's get right into it.
So he does this thing because he had a really big following. I wanted to show these numbers and then we'll come off. Like fair use. I'm always like, whenever I use someone's video, I'll catch them on a live and I'll always send a tribute, like, you know, a super chat, like, hey, just paying tribute. I reacted to one of your videos. I like to do that. They can still stop me, or they can still complain to YouTube or whatever, or, you know, demonetize me, but I'm not monetized yet. So it is what it is. But this is some really good information. And trust me, tomorrow, when Pat goes live again, I'll be sending in a super chat to thank him, as a tribute for using their content. So here we go, fair use and all that.
So before we get into the video, a couple things. If you get value out of this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if it makes you think, share it with others. Two timetables we measured on how videos were doing. First one is from June 7th, 2022 to August 5th of 2022, which is roughly 264 clips that were uploaded during that time on TikTok. Then we looked at from August 6th, 2022 till November 23rd, which around 722 clips were uploaded. You're gonna see a major difference in numbers. So there's 4 categories of videos we're gonna break down. First one is videos getting between 0 to 20,000 views. Second is videos getting between 20 to 100,000 views. Then 100,000 to a million. And last but not least, at 1 million plus. Now, why are we looking at August 5th? Is because August 5th is when I uploaded a video criticizing the one organization, the one name you cannot criticize on TikTok. Viewership dropped 10 to 100x. You'll see 100x when I show it to you. And daily followership used to be 50,000 to 75 followers on a TikTok for 3 months straight, every month, to down to 3,000 to 5,000 followers on a monthly basis. So
right off rip, he said something that they didn't like. He posted something that they did not like. And the kickback was immediate. Big numbers. And we talking about people who are making their living on this platform. They're going to have to they become slaves to the algorithm. They become slaves to whoever controls it. So in essence, they become slaves to China. Y'all going to do what we tell you to do, or you ain't going to get this bread. And that's what he's talking about. And for someone like Pat, he doesn't care. He's a self-made millionaire. He's just having fun. This is what he does. It's just whatever he does. I have yet to meet the man. I look forward to meeting him. I will meet him one day. Guaranteed. I got people in his camp. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time before we meet. You know what I mean? I look forward to it. Can't wait to call him a leg. You know what I mean? One of my favorite legs, though. He's aerosol. You know what I mean? He's air assault. So we give him that. At least he was air assault. Their motto, too scared to jump, too lazy to walk. Air assault. That's them. That's them. Boy, I'm gonna have some air. I'm gonna have some legs mad at me today. But here's the thing. He was talking about what he put out on that platform, and TikTok didn't like it, and he's going to show you the numbers of how they changed immediately.
The first round, June 7th to August 5th, here's what happened. Videos between 0 to 20,000 views were 99. Videos between 20 to 100,000 views were 111. 100 to a million, 45 videos got over 100,000 to a million views, and 9 videos got over 1 million views. Now, keep in mind, this is when the account was smaller. I only had 40,000 followers or 80,000 followers or 100,000 followers. So I'm getting 1 million plus views on videos on a very small account that I just.
Right. So they probably knew who he was. They probably, looked him up. They go, oh, this is a guy right here. Yeah. Let's push this content out or whatever. And then that's what he's talking about. It's like a smaller platform. And he wasn't saying anything negative. He was putting out the stuff that they were okay with. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. There's a few. I want to catch up with the chats real quick. Sister Candace, TikTok is poisoning the youth in this country, which I think is the intended purpose. I agree with you there. I really think the primary mission is to gather intel, to figure out how Americans think. I think that's the primary mission. I think a secondary, like a secondary mission kind of came out with, and while we're doing all that, if we can ruin the young people, that'd be great. I think that's what it is, but I don't think they went in with that. But it's just a byproduct. You know what I mean? So, Brother Hayoka, did you hear about the guy that shut his phone off in China? He took the cab. They called the driver and told the guy to turn his phone on. I could believe that. I could believe it, bro. I can believe it. I've been to China once, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't going back. I didn't have a good time. I was in Beijing and I was in Shanghai. Shanghai was better than Beijing. Beijing was horrible. Shanghai was a little bit better, but it's still, I'm like, bro, I couldn't wait to get out of there, man. I was there a few days, and that's it. You won't catch me back. And there's people like, oh, you got to go to different provinces and this and that, And, they were saying that Macau was supposed to be really good if you go to gamble. It's all China, bro. You can be disappeared over there so fast, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's nah. I'm gonna leave that alone. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave that alone. But I believe that, Brother Hayoka. You know what I mean? Brother Doug, and this is in response to what I was saying about YouTubers and TikTokers and all that not really being famous, not necessarily being taken serious in the real world. Brother Doug is like, that will change in the future. Some channels are getting more views than major networks. That's true. That's true. They are getting more views than major networks. That's true. And things always change. Nothing is set in stone. Things are fluid. Hollywood will court whoever is the most popular, right? It's like the ultimate high school thing. Whoever is most popular, they will court. But, I mean, you're never going to hit Marvel numbers. You feel me? Like, until social media, TikTok and YouTube and all the rest hit those kind of numbers, nah, man, I don't think they're really going to be taken serious. They're just not. It's kind of like a model who is a Victoria's Secret, cover girl, like the Victoria's Secret model versus some young girl who won a TV show, like America's Top Model, right? Who's being taken serious? Of course, you got the professional model, the one who's like the Victoria's Secret model. She's the one. This other one, this is just some cute girl who won a reality TV show. That's not a model, right? That's how you look at, YouTubers. You know what I mean? But social media is important. Y'all know I'm a stand-up comedian. It's really difficult to get booked in rooms these days if you don't have a big social media following, right? Like at least a moderate social media following. That's the way to get booked. They don't care if you're funny. They don't care if you've been out there doing the work. They only want to know what kind of presence you have on social media, how many subscribers, how many followers, how many likes, etc. So yes, Brother Doug, I agree with you, bro. You know what I mean? Times they are changing. And Miss Globe Girl, Sister Globe Girl, she was saying they should shut YouTube down. They should shut YouTube down too then. Yeah, but YouTube isn't sharing information with, America's mortal enemy. You know what I mean? That's like the Chinese Communist Party. They're no friends of America. Like, to my knowledge, YouTube isn't sharing that information. That's the big thing with TikTok. It's the information that's being gathered and saved and analyzed and shipped to the Communist Party. So that's like the big thing there. That's the big thing there. So let me finish up with the chats real quick, and then we'll finish the video. All right, Brother Doug, I want to meet PBD. He's not hard to meet, man. Like, I mean, honestly, the easiest way to meet Patrick Bet-David really is to go to one of his seminars or go to an event that he's going to be speaking at. He's real cool. Like, he comes out and he meets folks all the time. Like I said, I know people in this camp and we have mutual associates. So reach out to him, hit him up on Twitter. He's always up on Twitter, man. Start a conversation with him, man. You know what I mean? And I bet you if he respects your viewpoints or whatever, he'll tell you, hey, holler at me next time you and so-and-so. This is the guy that sits around and plays spades with folks. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the 1%er that's like all aloof and there's only with 1%ers. This is the guy, you know what I mean? He was a mechanic in the United States Army, man. He was in that air assault world. So he was still like, he wasn't tip of the spear, but he was part of the spear. He was in units. There were line units. So he had to deal with that stuff. So he's definitely a people person. And he got to the business, man. He's in insurance. Bro, I don't think it's that hard to meet him, man. You just have to, go out there and catch him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he seems like a real cool dude. People that I know that know him have nothing but good things to say about him. So I definitely will look into that. Mr. Luna, ain't it about surveillance? I believe their terms and conditions give access to everything on your phone. Yes. Yes, it is all about surveillance. You know what I mean? It's the best way to glean information, man. It's the best recon you're ever going to get. You know what I mean? This is the kind of stuff you would normally send spies to go live in that land to figure out what they're doing. Now you just send your app. Like, we call it the Trojan horse, bro. Oh, look at this gift we gave you, but all this stuff comes spilling out from within inside. You know what I mean? It just take over. Brother Doug, DL saying it's just a matter of time. The youth will see that change. I believe, talking about what fame is and how fame is looked at. You know what I mean? Like your A-list celebrity all the way down to your Z-list celebrity. Yeah, I would say YouTubers right now are closer to Z than they are to A, but it is just a matter of time. It really is. And it will get there. And Brother Doug, once my business is more stable, after this transition, I ain't planning on attending some of his valuetainment events. Bet, bro, I'll see you there. I already see you in the chat over there, bro. Like I said, man, I got a plan. It's a matter of time before you see me on that set, bro. Like, I'm focused. You know what I mean? Like, I already got a mission, right? We got everything in set, and we are going that direction, man. So when I get there, I'll definitely shout you out, bro. Trust me. You know what I mean? You one of my day ones, bro. I'll definitely shout you out and get you up in that joint. So let's continue with the video. Let's find out what Patrick Bet-David found out with his experiment on TikTok.
Started because I didn't really trust TikTok yet. Then, boom, on August 5th, I upload a video criticizing China. This is what the video looked like. Here's what the video was. I put this video up.
If you come out this strong and your name is China and you want to be the world leader, you cannot make a threat like this and not deliver.
Wow.
Which means she has to know this. Biden has to know this. We have to be on alert, and we have to know this isn't a small country saying this. Mm-hmm. This isn't a billionaire saying this. This is our number one enemy in the world who wants to take over U.S. They had a vision called Made in China 2025. It was by 2025, China wanted to be the ruler of the world. When they say this, you best believe behind closed doors, everybody needs to be ready for this.
It almost looked like
So as soon as Pat dropped that, it was a wrap. CCP saw that and it was like, oh, no, we can't have this guy talking. No. Now, remember, he had a very small platform. He was doing really good, getting millions and millions of views. Tons of subscribers, tons of the algorithm was pushing. Well, let's see what happened after he did this.
Numbers instantaneously change. And my people would come up to me at the office. They'd say, Pat, something's going on with TikTok. I'm like, guys, stop with all this stuff, jumping to conclusion. No, give it another week. Pat, look at the numbers. Look at the comparison. I'm telling you, give it one more month. Pat, look at the numbers. Finally, after looking at all these numbers, testing it, showing it right next to each other, I said, maybe the team's got a good argument. Let's take a look at this. Here's what happened after I uploaded that video about China. So once again, between June 7th to August 5th, it was 264 videos we were measuring.
So pay attention to these numbers coming up right here. these numbers coming up right here, right now is man, some real shit. Miss Globe Girl, the American public and users of TikTok and other social media platforms are simply collateral damage in the silent cyber war with China. I agree with you 100%, love. 100%. And as warriors, we understand this, right? But most Americans don't serve, so they have a hard time wrapping their minds around this concept. You know what I mean? But I agree with you 100%. You know, Brother Doug, I'm most definitely coming to a future deal. Saint event, they're going to be coming, bro. Quarter 2, quarter 3 of next year, be looking for it, man. I'm working on it right now. Just trying to figure it out. Of course, it's going to be a comedy show doing this event, but it's going to be some other things that we're working on, and I'll be talking about it more on the I Really Want to Know side of things. Because I'm out here, I'm seeing these young brothers, they're really struggling out here in this dating scene, and I'm putting together some stuff right now. I'm already working with someone now just to see how it would work. And it's one-on-one stuff. It's not going to be any Zoom classes or anything like that. I don't work that way. I'm a field soldier. We're going to get in the field. I'm going to take you out there. You going on patrol with me. I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to listen to what you have to say, how you moving in these streets, how you coming at these women. And then I can, you know what I mean, get you squared away on ways I think will serve you best. And we're going to, so be on the lookout for that. From you young guys, we're going to get you sorted out so you can figure out what's going on with these women. Because I'm telling you now, it ain't never been easier to get on than it is today. Y'all, man, if y'all having trouble today, you never would have survived in the 90s. You know what I mean? Just got to throw that out there. Brother Hayoka, most of the technology is 50 years old or more already. Yeah, most of the technology is old. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But let's continue. So Pat put out something negative about China, and he's gonna show you a comparison on what happened to the numbers on his account on TikTok.
Now we're going to look at August 6th to November 23rd, 722. So when you look at it side by side, here's what you see. 0 to 20,000 views. You ready? 720 videos were only between 0 to 20,000 views. You want to know how many videos were 20,000 to 100,000 views? Only 2. One of them was a Buffett video, and one of them was an Antonio Brown video. Do you want to know how many videos got over 100,000 views to a million? Only 1. And do you know how many got over 1 million? 0. So let me get this straight. When the account was smaller, I got 111 videos to go between 20 to 100,000. When the channel's bigger, when the account is bigger, on 720 videos, we're measuring only 2 got between 20 to 100,000.
Y'all see that? That math ain't mathing. That's not normal. That's not normal at all. You can look at YouTube. You can look at someone's subscriber count, and you look at how many views they got. You know what I mean? And sometimes it falls somewhere in between 10 to 15%. You know what I mean? It comes out in views, and with the stuff that goes viral, that's kind of different. But like they baseline is around 10, 15%. Other subscribers tend to view. You know what I mean? So you look at it, it's like, all right, this ain't mathing at all. He had a smaller platform, but he's getting like way more views because he said one thing bad about China. Let's watch the rest. Uh-oh.
When the account was smaller, I got 45 to get to 100 to 1 million. When the account's bigger, only 1 get 100 over 1 million. When the account's smaller, I get 9 over 1 million. When the account's bigger, I get 0 million. Makes you think. So keep in mind, it's more clips, fewer opportunities over 100,000. Fewer clips, more over 100,000. It's kind of like 100 at-bats. You're hitting 40 home runs, for example. Here, 1,000 at-bats, you're hitting 1 home run. Very weird. Then I said, well, let's look at the content to see if it's getting better or worse, because maybe numbers are not growing on all the other channels. Here's what we noticed. The last 2 or 3 months have been the biggest month in the history of our content ever on all our YouTube channels. PBD Podcast, by Tim Short Clips. PBD Podcast just went over 430,000 subs. By Tim Short Clips just went over 400,000 subs. You got Value Tim just went over 3.7 million subs. My Instagram account just went over 3.4 million. Twitter's growing. Everything's growing except for one thing, TikTok. So let's compare the clips. Maybe the content went lower. So look at the clips here. Same clips we uploaded on Instagram. How many views did they get? Versus the same clips we uploaded on TikTok. Here's the results. So here's a clip I did about Buffett on Instagram.
So it goes on, like you see this stuff, like you're gonna, of course, the numbers are gonna be lopsided, right? It's all Pat went to do and his team, all he wanted to show in that video is how the algorithm suppressed him after he said something bad about China on TikTok. And it's not comparable to all the other platforms. This is what he's talking about. So, and it goes on to talk about how the Chinese can now push a narrative, any narrative they want through this platform, which is taking over. And what is China doing? They're putting more and more money into it to make the platform bigger and bigger and bigger, right? It can't be profitable like that. Everyone else is scaling back and they're scaling up. They're hiring more engineers. They're hiring more people. They want to get up, it's about to go after Amazon. They want to set up, warehouses over here. People, don't y'all see what's going on? This is the thing. This is the Trojan horse. You know what I mean? And it needs to go. Point blank, period. It needs to go. We need to get rid of it. It's not necessarily banning TikTok. That's not the way I see it, right? We are engaging a target that is hurting America. This is more of a defense thing. It's more of a a combat thing, right? It's contact. Right? TikTok made contact with us. We got to neutralize it. We have to get rid of it here in America. It's been banned in other countries already. It's not just America that China's going after. It's China versus the world. So we have to do something about this, and we need Americans to understand that this is necessary. This is not censorship. That's how it's going to be played like that. And all these people are going to be fighting to keep that money that basically China's trying to give them. You know what I mean? Hey, they're going to get rid of us. You better fight. You better fight. And they're going to continue to draw a wedge between Americans on this platform at the same time getting all this information from Americans. So this is something we need to fight, y'all. 100%. Brother Doug, all of the technology and social media platform has killed the get out in the field and build your social skills, which is hurting the younger men. We had no choice before smartphones to get out there and face rejection. Yeah, we didn't have smartphones. We didn't have no choice. You're absolutely right. You know what I mean? Gotta go. All right, fam. We'll see you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. We had to get out there. We had to get our social skills up to par. You're absolutely correct. When technology hit, and, video games and, kids, the basement dwellers became a real thing. They just staying in the basement. This is what it looks like. Now you have, sexist men and all that. We're going to be talking about that later on this week on I Really Want to Know. We're going to get into some more Red Pill content over there a little bit. So, but yeah, this thing right here, I just wanted to get this out. Even Patrick Bet-Davis put this stuff out and he understands, like, man, it's horrible what's going on with TikTok and what TikTok is doing. This is a strike. This is a surgical strike. And it is working. We can't do that. We can't put a product in China and glean this kind of information. You know what I mean? We can't do it without China shutting it down. Come on now. So, but they can do it here. They're going to try to use our free speech. They're going to try to use our Constitution. They're going to try to use our way of life against us. We got to step up, y'all. We simply got to step up. We can easily replace TikTok with another platform. They're out there. Easily replace it. But we have to start here, grassroots level. We need to be telling our friends and our family and these young men and women why this needs to happen. Hey, this is what they're doing. Joe Rogan did it live on his podcast where he read the terms and conditions and was like, this is what they can do. This is what you click yes on. They can do all this stuff legally. They can get all this information legally. People are like, no, that's not true. Go back and read it. Suzette Speaks, she did an episode about that when we talk about terms and conditions of YouTube and these other platforms when Kevin Samuels died. This is like, hey, who owns the content after you're gone? Who owns it now? Talking about YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and all the rest. It's all spelled out in terms and conditions. And who reads that? 100. Who tell the truth? Who's reading it? Obviously, no one read it for TikTok. Joe Rogan had to read it on his platform, and it shocked a bunch of Americans. This is the thing, y'all. We got to get out there. We listen. We got to let Americans know that TikTok is bad for America, period. America's a great country. There are very smart people here in America that can come up with a replacement for TikTok just like that. Just like that. We could bring that form in. Hell, Instagram's trying to do it right now with the shorts and everything else. You know what I mean? Oh, and Doug was saying, oh, he's like, I'm here. I was just referring to TikTok. Got to go. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody was confused. That was on me. Brother Andre Terry's in the house, man. What's good, fam? Welcome. What's up? I see you. I'm about to wrap up here. I just wanted to jump on real quick, and I just wanted to talk about that, man. Let's you ain't got to share this video. It'd be nice if you would, but just talk to folks. Hey, man, did you know about this? Put it in the old think tank, right? Y'all know I love that. It's my favorite button, man. Put it in the old think tank, y'all.
Think tank. Arch. Nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
Put it in the old think tank. Let's get some good old American ingenuity out here and come up with a replacement for TikTok so people could go back to their mindless entertainment, because that's what I think it is. I don't like it, but it's not the platform that I don't like. It's who owns the platform and what they're doing with it, right? The Chinese Communist Party is using this platform to destroy America. That's what it is, people. Yes, that's my take on it. But, hey, the FBI feels the same way. The NSA, the National Security Agency, feels the same way. CIA feels the same way, right? There are a handful or more of politicians on both sides of the aisle that understand the dangers and they see it. People, let's take care of America on this one. TikTok needs to go. We don't have to, sit back and let China do what they're doing to us, right? We don't have to let this happen, but we could get rid of that platform, or we can come up with another platform to replace it. It's not that difficult, people. It's not that difficult. And we don't want the American government to come up with that platform either. We don't want Uncle Sam doing it. Someone in the private sector could come up with a TikTok that we're going to use right here in America, and we can also use it in those countries that have banned the Chinese version of TikTok, right? So there's an opportunity right there for somebody who had the money. If I had a couple $1 billion laying around, guess what I'd be doing right now? I would absolutely be putting that money into that, that platform and say, hey, here's a healthy alternative to TikTok, America. The American flags all over, red, white, and blue, this, down the third. You know what I mean? Be like, come on, jump on the freedom train. You know what I mean? And get back to your mindless entertainment. That's my take on it. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm about to go. I just hope you guys enjoyed that, for real. Seriously, though, have this conversation with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues. Have it with your enemies. Have it with other Americans. Have this conversation, y'all. We need to have this conversation. TikTok is getting at us, bro. They on our soil, taking our information so they could weaponize that against us at a later date. So keep that in mind, bro. Keep that in mind. Thank everybody for being here. Brother Helker, Brother Doug, Miss Globe Girl, Brother Andre for popping in. Appreciate that. Thank you, Sister Candace, for being in here, man. Brother Jason, Brother Mike, Mr. Luna, thanks for coming through, bro. I really appreciate that, man. I hope to see you again. If I miss anybody, man, please tell me. I'm just kind of scrolling through. Brother Marcus was in here, my favorite devil dog. You know what I mean? Man, listen, thanks so much for being here, bro. And I know it's getting late. You might be ready to go to sleep, and so you want to pray. So let's get your prayer in.
Pray! This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
If you ever meet a Marine, all you got to do is start with that Marine Corps prayer, and you guys will be best friends forever. This is Brother Dino Dinosaur was in the house. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. I always appreciate you coming through and just dropping that knowledge on us. Sister Lady Novoa was in the house. What's good, sister? Thank you so much for being here. Primal Studies was here. Like I said, Brother Jason was here. Just make sure I didn't forget anybody. Just kind of scrolling through. Who did I forget? I'm forgetting someone. Sister DeSosa. There she is. Sister DeSosa, thanks for coming through. Didn't want to forget you. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Don't let this conversation die, y'all. Don't let it die. Keep this conversation going. Talk to folks. Let them know what it is. You know what I mean? Let them know what it is. Miss Globe Girl said it herself, man. This is definitely a war. It ain't a shooting war. It ain't a hot war. It's a cold war. And we don't want to lose this Cold War. Remember, Russia lost the Cold War. Y'all remember that? Remember the USSR? Yeah, they ain't around no more, are they? They lost the Cold War. This is a Cold War with China. We don't want to lose this. You know what I mean? Miss Globe Girl, alternative could be TikTok. Teach China a lesson with all the American business ripoffs. Yeah, I wish. Unfortunately, they know how to see through all that. But yeah, man, we're done. This was a great episode, man. I had fun. This was good. This was good. I really appreciate that. So thanks for supporting this one, man. It's a Downrange Podcast, man. We're done. We're gonna be talking some more probably later on this week. We're gonna talk a little bit about politics. There's a lot going on out there, y'all. There is a whole lot going on with this current race. So we're gonna get into that some more. And then I'm gonna get into some random stuff that's going on out there that I think y'all might want to be aware of. So, hey man, thanks so much. This is the Downrange Podcast. I'm DL Saint. I'll see y'all downrange. Peace.